Hi, I'm Daphney and I own a company called Fern Connections. Today I want to talk about like two different scenarios. Recently I heard about these two different dates where at least one person on the date came late, like 45 minutes late, not even a little bit late, right? So I want to talk about how the dates ended, what the outcome was, and how things could be different for each of these dates, right? Or maybe even better, I don't know. So let's just get into it. Let me just lay the groundwork, right, for scenario number one. Well, this person was late 45 minutes, never texted the person, never called the person, never let the person know that they were going to be late. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm a big stickler about time and stuff like that, right? Because, to me, if a person is more than 15 minutes late and they haven't told you, you should probably just, let it go. Just move on, right? Go ahead and leave. It's okay, right? So that's one scenario. And I'm going to get into the results in just a few minutes. So the next scenario is that another person showed up 45 minutes late, but this person texted the person. They were in contact with the person. They let them know, I'm not trying to ghost you. I'm just stuck in traffic, right? This other person, didn't say anything, right? And if you can imagine the first scenario, the date went really bad because, where do you go from here, right? It's like, I'm waiting for you. You're not saying anything. I'm not sure if you're ghosting me or punking me or just playing a joke on me. I'm not sure if you're coming. I'm not sure really what to do, right? But I'm still waiting to see what's going to happen, right? So the first date, needless to say, went really, really bad, right? Now the second date, on the other hand, because the person had been in contact with, the person waiting for them, when they got there, the person was pleasantly surprised. And the person who showed up late, granted it is 45 minutes, that's a long time, right? They were very apologetic and, they had flowers, all the things, honey. They were just running late because of traffic. Now, y'all know I live in the Dallas area, so traffic can be a nightmare on any given day, honey. Let me just tell you. So I get it. Like sometimes you're going to be late, but the difference here is the first person never informed the other person. So the other person was like, I'm not sure what's going on. This is not cool. I'm surprised they waited 45 minutes, honey, because I would have just left after the first, 15 minutes or so, right? That would have just been me. But the second person, now let me just say this. If you're going to be late for a date, especially a first date, right? Make sure that you're letting the person know what's going on. Yeah, I can tell you, we're all going to have insecurity, especially on a first date. We're not, with all the ghosting and stuff that happens, we're not sure what's going to happen on dates, right? We're not even sure who's going to show up on a date, honey. So let me just say this, because this is a great example. Like, you can be late, but be responsible. You can be late, but be thoughtful. You can be late, honey, but let the other person know. And let them know in a very sincere and caring and honest way that I'm coming. I'm sorry. I really am sorry, but I am coming. I will be there, right? So now let me just say this, because before y'all get too crazy about this, right? Don't try to be late, try to be on time. It's kind of like when you're at work, like your boss says, okay, or your manager, you have like 15 minutes after the hour to get to work and still be on time. It's the same thing for a date. You shouldn't try to be late, and you should try to be on time. And if anything, you should try to be early, right? Try to get there 10 or 15 minutes early, waiting for your person so that they can be confident when they walk in the door, honey, that you're there already. They don't have to wonder whether or not you're going to show up. And I know stuff happens sometimes, and that's why I'm talking about this. But, yeah. These two dates could have gone the same way or differently or whatever, right? And vice versa, the second scenario could have not, stayed in contact, could have not showed up at the end because they were stuck in traffic. And the first scenario, they could have said something, right? But they drop in and they're like, like nothing ever happened. And where do you go from there? You know what I mean? That to me sets a really bad, example for a first date especially, but even any kind of date, like second or third date. let's try to be on time. Let's try to be considerate. Because I said it before, ghosting is a big thing. Y'all know that, still happening. It's not going away. So people want to know, I've invested my time. I've done my hair. I put on my outfit. I've done all these things to be on so that I can be on time for the date, so that I can be ready for the date, so I can be presentable for the date. And where the heck are you, right? Try to be considerate of other people's time. And like I said, all it really took was just, messaging the person, texting the person, letting the person know, I'm on my way, I'm just running late. So let me just say this, right? Because this is a great example for me. This is my opinion. I'm going to let it be my opinion, right? My opinion is this. If a person isn't considerate enough to let you know what's going on, would you really want to date that person? I know we all make mistakes, and I know stuff happens. That's why I'm giving you these two scenarios, right? But at the same time, this first scenario, who would want to date that person? Unless you just like being late, maybe, but I know I wouldn't, right? And to me, that type of behavior carries over into the rest of your lifestyle, right? So no, if someone's acting like this, especially on a first date, honey, you don't need to date them. You need to just walk away and let them go.